Greetings, beautiful beings of light. Welcome to Shelter in the Storm with A Course in Miracles, lesson 26. Before we go, let's ask Jesus to be here with us. Jesus, please come and join us for our lessons each day. Please help me not to stumble over too many words. Help me to open my mouth to let the sound out so that people can hear what I'm saying. We love you and we thank you for these lessons. I'm so grateful and happy to be doing this. Amen. Let's get going. Okay, we are still in chapter 2, part 5, the function of the miracle worker. So we'll just keep reading from where we left off last night. Okay, and then we'll go into some of the special principles of miracle workers, and then we'll leave it at the bottom of the page. One page only of text. Healing is an ability that developed after the separation, before which it was unnecessary. Like all aspects of the belief in space and time, it is temporary. However, as long as time persists, healing is needed as a means of protection. This is because healing rests on charity, and charity is a way of perceiving the perfection of another, even if you cannot perceive it in yourself. Most of the loftier concepts of which you are capable now are time dependent. Charity is really a weaker reflection of a much more powerful love encompassment that is far beyond any form of charity you can conceive of as yet. Charity is essential to right-mindedness in the limited sense in which it can now be attained. Charity is a way of looking at another as if he had already gone far beyond his actual accomplishments in time. Since his own thinking is faulty, he cannot see the atonement for himself, or he would have no need of charity. The charity that is accorded him is both an acknowledgement that he needs help and a recognition that he will accept it. Both of these perceptions clearly imply their dependence on time, making it apparent that charity still lies within the limitations of this world. I said before that only revelation transcends time. The miracle, as an expression of charity, can only shorten it. It must be understood, however, that whenever you offer a miracle to another, you are shortening the suffering of both of you. Wow. This corrects retroactively as well as progressively. Okay, and now we're moving on to some of the special principles of miracle workers. There's 8 of them, so we're just going to read 4 tonight. Number 1. The miracle abolishes the need for lower order concerns. Since it is an out-of-pattern time interval, the ordinary considerations of time and space do not apply. When you perform a miracle, I will arrange both time and space to adjust to it. Wow. 2. A clear distinction between what is created and what is made is essential. All forms of healing rest on this fundamental correction in level perception. Number 3. Never confuse right and wrong-mindedness. Responding to any form of error with anything except a desire to heal is an expression of this confusion. Number 4. The miracle is always a denial of this error and an affirmation of the truth. Only right-mindedness can correct in a way that has any real effect. Pragmatically, what has no real effect has no real existence. Its effect, then, is emptiness. Being without substantial content, it lends itself to projection. Okay, we'll leave the text there for tonight, for today, and we will move to lesson 26. You're doing great, guys. Keep going, keep going. My attack thoughts are attacking my invulnerability. It is surely obvious that if you can be attacked, you are not invulnerable. You see attack as a real threat. That is because you believe that you can really attack. And what would have effects through you must also have effects on you. It is this law that will ultimately save you, but you are misusing it now. You must therefore learn how it can be used for your own best interests rather than against them. Because your attack thoughts will be projected, you will fear attack. And if you fear attack, you must believe that you are not invulnerable. Attack thoughts, therefore, make you vulnerable in your own mind, which is where the attack thoughts are. Attack thoughts and invulnerability cannot be accepted together. They contradict each other. The idea for today introduces the thought that you always attack yourself first. If attack thoughts must entail the belief that you are vulnerable, their effect is to weaken you in your own eyes. Thus, you have attacked your perception of yourself. And because you believe in them, you can no longer believe in yourself. A false image of yourself has come to take the place of what you are. Practice with today's idea will help you to understand that vulnerability or invulnerability is the result of your own thoughts. Nothing except your thoughts can attack you. Nothing except your thoughts can make you think you are vulnerable. And nothing except your thoughts can prove to you this is not so. 6 practice periods are required in applying today's idea. A full 2 minutes should be attempted for each of them, although the time may be reduced to a minute if the discomfort is too great. Do not reduce it further. The practice period should begin with repeating the idea for today, then closing your eyes and reviewing the unresolved questions whose outcomes are causing you concern. The concern may take the form of depression, worry, anger, a sense of imposition, fear, foreboding, or preoccupation. Any problem as yet unsettled that tends to recur in your thoughts during the day is a suitable subject. You will not be able to use very many for any one practice period, because a longer time than usual should be spent with each one. Today's idea should be applied as follows. First, name the situation. I am concerned about our neighbourhood, my neighbours. Then go over every possible outcome that has occurred to you in that connection and which has caused you concern, referring to each one quite specifically, saying, I'm afraid unfriendliness will happen. If you are doing the exercises properly, you should have some 5 or 6 distressing possibilities available for each situation you use, and quite possibly more. It is much more helpful to cover a few situations thoroughly than to touch on a larger number. As the list of anticipated outcomes for each situation continues, you will probably find some of them, especially those that occur to you toward the end, less acceptable to you. Try, however, to treat them all alike to whatever extent you can. After you have named each outcome of which you are afraid, tell yourself, "That thought is an attack upon myself." Conclude each practice period by repeating today's idea to yourself once more. I had a little chuckle there as we were talking about, I use the example of neighbours, because we've just recently had a bit of an issue with our neighbours here. We didn't know it was an issue until, anyway. Alright, let's go on with the Year of Forgiveness, Jesus Commentary for Lesson 26. My attack thoughts are attacking my invulnerability. I am that one you know as Jesus, and we are once again pleased that you are disciplined enough to join us today in this coming together. Many people are doing these lessons each day, and we want you to envision this beautiful community that you have become a part of. Many of you feel alone, abandoned, or isolated. But we want you to look at those numbers when you click on this video referring to the YouTube series, and see that some 18, well, not on my YouTube, not yet anyway, on Tina's, this is talking about, on Tina Louise Boulding. She's got more now, I'd say. And see that some 1,800 people have done that very same lesson you have. What a wonderful joy that is to see. We want you to really feel a communion with that community. This is a global community you are a part of. Just as fear is broadcast throughout your mass media systems, here we are all together broadcasting love. We're doing the disciplined work of mind training that gets all of you to step back from your attack thoughts about yourself or about another. Know that these have to be reflected back to you in fear, and that this is an act of free will. You choose to refuse to attack another or yourself. You know there must be a projection of that attack, and you will feel it. It is important that you understand you only attack yourself. Your mind permeates the entire world in which you live. When you attack it, you attack yourself. Not figuratively speaking, but literally speaking. The parts of your consciousness you project are you, even when they seem to be outside of you. They are the parts of your mind that you put away from you to maintain a semblance of tentative peace. However, we will say it's more of a ceasefire than true peace. True peace means that you know you're invulnerable. The body is animated by you, so that you have an experience here of letting go of aspects of your mind that do not serve you. That is its only purpose, to communicate love. Allow you to travel through your experiences, learn what is unloving, and let it go. Once the body has served its purpose, allowing you to gather that experience, you no longer need it. This is not something to fear. This is your coming home. You are changeless. You are eternal. You are at one with God in truth. You are not separated. This separation is an illusion powered by your belief in it. And that is what we are undoing now. We are undoing your belief in attack, which demonstrates your belief in separation. This is a powerful exercise for you to contemplate, and we ask you to do your best to practice as often as asked. We know your worlds are busy and that you need to have some reminders. Eventually, you will not need to be reminded. You will find that these lessons permeate your mind. You will train your mind to align with these beautiful principles and ideas. Those tormenting terrors that cause you anxiety, fear, regret, shame, and guilt will disappear from your mind. We promise you that if you follow this, what is, in fact, a scientific program, as stated, and do the lessons as written, you will find peace. That is what you all seek when you go shopping, drink, or watch television. You seek respite from your suffering mind. This way will do it permanently and lovingly. And when you come to that point of peace, you know you have the most beautiful gift to give others. You can tell them how you found peace. That is all this being did. She found peace of mind that she had never experienced before, and she became willing to share that most beautiful gift with all of you. When you have completed these lessons, you will realize how you cause your own suffering through attacking others and yourself in your mind, verbally and in action, and you will realize that it is a choice. You do not need to suffer. I am that one you know as Jesus, and once again, we are glad you joined us today. We will see you again tomorrow. Thank you, beautiful ones. Namaste.